Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today on the bench I have a pretty beat up Caravelle. The crystal has started to yellow and it's cracked at 2 o'clock. You'll be able to see it better once the crystal is out of the way, but the dial has the IBB logo, which stands for the International Brotherhood of Boilermakers, Iron Shipbuilders, Blacksmiths, Forgers, and Helpers. And if you're unfamiliar with welding, this spot here on the band is actually spatter from arc welding. I actually originally went to trade school for welding and got my certifications, but I decided that the pay really wasn't worth the health risks from the fume and chemical exposure. Normally, I'd recommend replacing an expansion style band with leather, especially on a base metal case, as they tend to eat through the lugs over time. But given the watch's branding, I think little things like this really add to the history and are important to keep with the watch. You can see from the band this watch has really been through a lot, not only from the scuff marks but also all the dents. I'm going to fix the bent links and tighten up the spacers at the end to help reduce wear and clean it, but other than that the band will be kept in its current condition. The crown is very worn. I'll be replacing that to help keep the watch sealed from dust and moisture. The date code is N2, which dates the watch to 1972. This is a more budget-friendly watch, so the case itself is made of a base metal. You can see here on the lug that the band has already eaten through the chrome plating into the base metal. The case back has no service marks in it, which isn't too surprising. There is some rust as well, most likely from the cracked crystal allowing moisture in. Here's the movement, a Caravelle 11DP, which is a rebranded Citizen 0241. This is the 7-joule variant, and it actually looks pretty clean. There are some moisture spots, and the movement spacer has some rust on it. This is more likely from the crown failing than the crystal. The balance looks good, just a little sticky. I'll go ahead and decase the movement now and get started on the service. The dial does have some moisture damage from 1 to 4 o'clock, but it's in good shape otherwise. The logo is still really nice and vibrant. Thankfully, the loom is tritium, as evidenced by the T's at the bottom, so this isn't as much of a health risk as radium would be. I'll remove the hour wheel first. You can see the whitish areas underneath, which are from moisture displacing lubricant. There's also some powderized rust here. Hopefully it didn't migrate into the gear train too much. The retaining plate looks good. As does the minute wheel. The canon pinion is in good shape. The intermediate wheel has some rust dust on it, but that'll clean off easily. It looks good otherwise. The detent spring has some moisture spots, but looks fine. The clutch spring is next. Much larger than it needs to be, in my opinion. The winding wheel looks great. And the clutch wheel looks good too. That's the dial side disassembled, so I'll flip over to the gear train now. There's some moisture spots by this screw here, and a few around the third wheel's bushing. This screw as well. It's mainly on the barrel bridge. I'll remove the balance first. Next is the pallet fork. Everything looks fine there. Most of the time, these 3-slotted screw heads indicate that the screw is reverse threaded. It's unusual to see that on the ratchet wheel. There seems to be a piece of plastic on the sweep seconds wheel. That's most likely what was stopping the movement. The ratchet wheel has some moisture on the underside, otherwise it looks brand new. The arbor hole needs to be tightened a bit. The crown wheel looks good. There's quite a bit of rust debris on the underside of the barrel bridge. The barrel itself also has a decent amount. You can see where that piece of plastic was rubbing on the underside. The wheels are pretty dirty, but they look okay. There's more of that rust dust on the second wheel's bushing. And on the second wheel's pivot. The mainspring is surprisingly fine. I was expecting there to be nothing but rust in there. And that's the watch fully disassembled. I'll be back once it's cleaned and repaired. And here's the watch, cleaned and running well. Usually on these unadjusted 7-joule watches, a total delta of around 40 to 50 seconds can be expected. Let's put it on the time grapher now and see how well it's running. A total delta of around 30 is pretty good for a watch like this. And here's the watch, cased and completed. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.